afternoon. We're here today with Carlos Alves, the fabulous ceramic sculptor from Miami, Florida. He's going to be doing our interview today. He's kind enough to let us look around his studio a little bit as well. So let's start off with the first question. What do you see as the role of the visual arts in our mass-mediated world, and particularly in your profession?
Well, the mass media, as we all know, is TV and everything, the computer, everything is bombarded. Behind every image that you're seeing is probably an artist putting that together in order to make it viable in the media. So I would say, without artists, you would have nothing to look at.
And obviously, in your profession, since you create the art, as pretty much the role of in your profession, the role of art is to make it, right?
Well, I'm very much a maker kind of person. A lot of people are doing things online. I think a lot of the creation of art is getting lost because people are doing it inside a computer and not actually making things with their hands. I'm an advocate as a sculptor about making it with your hands and giving back to upcoming artists to actually get a piece of clay, find a piece of metal, bend it, sculpt it. I totally understand the whole thing about making art in the computer, but I think a human imprint is getting lost.
Great. So number 2, with new communications and media technologies, imagery is almost instantly available. Do you believe that this is having a positive or negative influence on the industry?
I think it's both. I think it's a positive thing because everybody has access to art now. Whatever you want, you can go online and see it. I think it's very important also to remember that you need to go to the museum to see what the art is. Because as we all know, we all look at a little picture in the computer, but some of those paintings are 50 feet wide and you get a whole different experience from that.
All right. So number 3, what popular images do you see that are frequently rechanneled through the entertainment industry?
Big booty girls. I don't say. There's also, so many images. I think what you see a lot of violence now. You see a lot of violence. It's just, people are like stuck on violence. It's like driving down the highway and you see an accident and everybody pulls over and takes a picture of it and all of a sudden that's all over the media.
Or those tragedies.
As far as how that connects to art, I'm not sure, but since our global idea what art is changing rapidly, I know a friend of mine's having a new website where I can give him an image and it's going to go up on a web page. So it's a whole different experience, especially for me where my stuff is so tactile. A lot of people have to go around the piece in order to actually see it, and some of my floors, the only way to interact with them is to walk on them. So it's very interesting.
You also said earlier that Tim Burton's sort of like one of those popular images that you'll see rechanneled everywhere and can inspire people.
Well, I think he's such an incredible artist. Besides being an artist by drawing, the fact that he's taken his drawings and animated them and made them into works of art, cartoon characters, plastic figurines. I think he's a filmmaker who has crossed many boundaries, and I really think he's very popular right now.
Okay, let's go to number 4. Are there particular images that this industry has popularized and or created? I'm going to go with
absolutely. I mean, look at your phone. The images of a Twitter, the images of a phone, the images of an iPad. These are all icons now that are part of our vernacular in society. So somebody came up with that. So from the art's point of view, these images are becoming like stop signs are, and there's more and more of them coming out.
Okay, number 5. Who is one of your favorite visual artists, and or what is your favorite style of visual art?
I think for me, just because I'm such a romantic, it's been painting and fresco painting. I would go say one of my biggest favorite guys was Michelangelo, just because of the gamut of work. He was not only an incredible painter in his muralist, but his sculpture. Like, how do you take a piece of stone and carve Moses out of that stone? I've always found that fascinating. I've tried to do a stone sculpture, and that's not an easy task.
All right, so the last question, how has your knowledge of famous artworks influenced your creative process?
I think it's very important, and one of the things when I'm teaching is that if you don't know your art history, you cannot move forward into a new kind of thing. You need to know what happened in the past, how we all got there, how those techniques were done, and that's how you move on to the future.
Great, well thanks so much for the interview, Carlos. I'm going to say bye to Carlos now, everybody.
Bye.